Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fadekemi. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, what's popping, my G's? So I am sharing, the biggest lessons that marriage has taught me as a whole, not just in the second year of marriage. So far, thus far, the biggest lessons that I've learned, what I didn't know that I now know about marriage, I'm going to be sharing it in this video. So if you are single, looking to mingle, I don't know why I said that. If you are single and you're just trying to learn about marriage, you should watch this. If you are married and you are also trying to learn, you should watch this. It's going to be so good. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Now, the first lesson that I can say that marriage has taught me so far that I did not really know until I got into it, not like I didn't know, but like I didn't pay attention to it, is that marriage is not always exciting. And this is so interesting because I even had this conversation with my husband today where we're talking about a situation where the other person was like, we're not doing it, we're not doing it every day. And this person is looking like my sister, and it was like, well, that's marriage. It's not exciting all the time. Even your spiritual life is not exciting all the time. Like, you're not always on a high. Sometimes you're just maintaining, you're keeping it on a low. You're praying, you're studying your Bible, and that's about it. And then also on some days it's like, ooh, yes, you're getting word of prophecy, you're getting word of knowledge. This is actually a very, very important conversation that we should even have as Christians. Just because you're not on that high doesn't mean that you're not in that encounter with the Father. But that's for another discussion, right? So yes, marriage is not always exciting. Sometimes it's just coming back home, watching your favorite movie that you watch together. For I and my husband, we try to watch this particular Z-World, movies, series together. So that's how we spend our evenings most of the time, while we are talking, we're cooking, doing everything together. So sometimes it's just like living with your sibling. There's nothing special. That is the commitment part of marriage, and that's what makes marriage amazing, right? Another thing that marriage has also taught me is that you have to be present in the life of your partner. So even if the person is busy, you should, when the person is back from work, like, I feel like you should know your normal situation. I don't know about other people, but normally you should know your partner's colleagues. It's just like you should be present, like you should be aware of the happenings in their life. Like, oh babe, guess what happened? Do you know that Mr. Jide today, his girlfriend came? Like, all those kind of G's, that's what keeps the marriage going. If you're not present in their life, if you're not able to support what they are doing, if you're not interested in what they are interested, especially concerning their work, whether male or female. Some people say, oh, for men their work is kiniko. I don't know, I'm not a marriage coach, but I believe that both male and female, it's important that you are present, you are interested in what that person is doing. So if you were not before, you have to start learning to be. So even if maybe your husband is a geologist and you are a YouTuber, both of you, your work don't relate with each other at all. For me and my husband, our work relates with each other, so we don't have a problem talking about work and sharing ideas and everything. But if you does not really, try to just know the basic stuff. Even if you don't know about the work itself, just know about the relationships he has at work, the gist that happens. That's what keeps marriage sweet, to be honest. Another lesson that I've also learned is that you must always pray and agree together on situations that concerns the family. Let me explain. Now, both of you are, let's say you are trusting God for, to meet a need about a car. You guys know that, okay, we really need a car. We are trusting God. We know that God is going to meet this need, whatever. So now, one person cannot be saying, God, give us a Benz. Another person saying, God, just Toyota. Toyota is enough. There's going to be a sort of conflict. And I'm not saying that God cannot answer the prayer. I'm just saying that it is very, very important to always agree on prayer points before you present it as a family. It's important to stand on that agreement, and there's power in your agreement because you guys are two. One person says will bring power. Now two believers, especially if you are believers, two believers gathering together to say that we are praying over this thing, we're praying over this health situation, praying over this finance, praying over this lack, praying over this, praying over that. I have seen tremendous results in agreeing with your partner. Both of you be on the same page in your prayer, right? But this leads into my next point, which is that you don't always have to pray together. I know it sounds like it contradicts the previous point, but it does not actually. Let me explain what I'm trying to say. So before you get married, you had your own, you had your own prayer life. if you are, you know, if you were fervent before you got married. So when you now get married, there's a tendency to now be like, okay, how do we do it? It's like, I don't even know. And this even still relates to the previous points, that because when I first got married, it was harder to get in the vibe with my husband. Like, how do we decide on family prayer time? Because the time that family prayer time will fall on is the time that me too, I want to have personal prayer time. So you must create the balance, right? But you don't always have to pray together to as a person. Like, you can pray individually and still agree. Do you get? Yes, you should have prayer time, but I've also learned that you don't have to like say, oh, you don't have to allow your prayer time as a family to consume your own personal time with God, because you didn't give your life to Christ. You didn't give your life to Christ together on the same day, did you? Right? You gave your life to Christ separately, or you received the life of Christ, right? Another point, another thing that marriage has taught me also is that never let any matter escalate. The devil is always trying to attack families, especially Christian homes. So if any situation happens, the best thing you can do for yourself is to, you know, say that let's settle this matter, let's sort it out. Don't let it escalate beyond what it is, because many of the times it's small matters that become big matters. So try not to make it escalate. Try to talk about it. The enemy will start putting ideas in your head saying, oh, this is why he did it. Oh, this is why he did it. Don't let the enemy get to you. Don't let the enemy, you know, feast on your mind, okay? Always stand your guard. The situation might not even have been like that, but because of the way that the enemy wants to paint it to you, you will now start seeing it differently. And if you don't listen to what your partner is saying, you will now be at a point where you are escalating matters beyond what they are. Another thing that I've also learned is that money can cause fights. Guys, money they cause fight. So before you get married, really talk about finances. Make sure you and your partner are on the same page with finances, because once you get married and your partner is doing this one and you are not okay with that, it can cause fights. And to be honest, when you start seeing responsibilities, bills, different kinds of things, adulting can be tiring. You just be like, I beg, who sent me this line? Let me just go back to my mother. But I mean, if you marry someone like Dangote, you don't have problem. Just be enjoying yourself. But if you don't marry someone like Dangote and both of you are, you know, still hustling Nigerian youths, trying to make the ends meet, I'm not saying like there are different stages of hustling. If you know, you know. Whatever is your own stage, right? What I'm just trying to say is always have a conversation about money. Don't let money rule you, especially women. Money usually causes fights. Try to always see things from your partner's point of view and be open about your finances, both husband and wife. I don't understand how people can marry people that they don't know what they are earning. They don't know what their net worth is. I don't get it. So be open about your finances, because it can cause fight. If, like, for example, now if a woman knows that, oh, my husband is earning 100K, she won't be demanding 200K demands, except she's trying to be wicked or she's trying to not be greedy. You already know how much he earns, except you now start feeling that, okay, maybe this man is lying, right? So I feel that if you're open about your finances, both husband and wife, it will make your life easier. And I've seen it work so many times, even in my own marriage. So money can cause fight. Before you get married, know what your boundaries are. Know that, okay, with me, I plan to live in Lekki. I cannot marry you. Just know. Another lesson that I've also learned in these 2 years is have family goals. Family goals are so important. Both of you just say, okay, what is this that we have? Because I think I learned this from one family coach online, okay, in a particular membership platform that I belong to. She said that how many people actually have family goals, and I thought about it, and I went to meet my husband. I was like, babe, what's our family goal? And it was that day, or maybe the next day, we decided, okay, let us write down our family goals. And this particular year, at the beginning of the year, we prayed first, then we wrote down our family goals, because we wanted to be inspired by God to write. Don't just write what you feel like writing, right? So that's how we write our family goals. For example, we just write, okay, for this year we want to be able to save 1 million as a family, and in that process we had God's word for our family as a family for the year. You know, it's a beautiful thing. It doesn't have to be at the beginning of the year, to be honest. You can do it right now. Now that you're watching this video, you have known that there's such a thing as family goals. Write down your family goals. Pray together first, then write down as inspired by God. So another way was we wrote down like our vision for the family. So I was like, what is your vision for this family? And he was like, okay, my vision is to do. It can be like to raise godly children. It can be to make more money as a family, you know. So that is how we were able to, you know, write our vision. And we're like, okay, to achieve this vision, how do we do it? Okay, for example, one of our vision, I think, is to like make sure that love is always abounding amongst us. So we said, okay, we'll have date nights, and maybe every week we'll listen to podcast on or a YouTube video of, for example, we're subscribed to Pastor Kingsley and Pastor Mildred Okonkwo's YouTube channel. I like their relationship videos, so it's really helping us. It teaches us. So that's one, you know, so that's another thing that I have learned over the course of this year, is that you can learn more about, you know, relationship, marriage. You can learn about your partner some more. You don't know them finish, okay? And on a final note, final note, the biggest thing that I've learned, I think I should even do a whole video about this, because I even had like an Insta story about this. It's about the matter of sex. This matter. The biggest thing that I've learned about it is that you have to be intentional about it. If you really want to have a, you know, sexual life that is on top of that you want to be on top of your game always. Because if you live in Lagos, both of you are working, you go to work, you come. I don't know about other people, but in my family, we come back, we are tired. I don't know how you're going to do it every day. And this is not a situation of maybe one person wants to do it and that person does not want to do it. No, both of us are tired together. And you're just looking like, wow, it's been 1 week, it's been 2 weeks, it's been 1 month. If you're even pregnant, that's for sure you're not going to do. Just get ready for that. I think this is like the biggest shocker for me that I've seen when I got married. Like, I didn't expect it. I thought that it was a fun thing that you just be doing, especially because when you're celibate, you know, when you're celibate, when you're single, there's this looking forward to that you always look forward to it, right? I just feel like, guys, if I should do another video about, you know, what I thought about marriage when it comes to sex, and what I've got when I saw what I saw differently. I don't know, something like that. If you want me to do a video titling something like that about sex, I'm going to be addressing it based on the Insta story questions that I got. Yes, I'm going to do that. Biggest shocker is knowing that you have to be intentional about sex. It's not something that you will be expecting that, oh, it will just happen. No. Especially because you're single, celibate, you expect that, oh, it's going to be rosy. It's not. You actually have to be intentional and say, babe, we're going to do it today. And you're going to condition your mind to love it. I don't know, I may be wrong, but that's what I have learned in these years of marriage. And a lot of married people actually agree with me, because I took an Insta poll. So it's not even play, it's a fact. A lot of married people agree. If both of you and your husband, you're not working, you're just chilling at home, you work from home, yeah, you enjoy more of that, you know, that sex than people that have to hustle, go out, come back tired. Almost some people, well, I don't know. You guys, comment below and tell me what you think. If you are married, can you relate with any of these lessons that I've learned? Also, comment below telling me any other lessons that the biggest lesson that marriage has taught you. I want to know in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in my next video.